Well, here comes Jacob Mara. We're going into our second bout of the evening. He's only had 2 fights, but keen to get his first win because the first 2 ended in defeat, but that means nothing in this game, especially when it comes to the super welterweight division. His last fight was against Liverpool's Ellis Grant, and I've never seen him before, but I'm told he's a bit of a tricky southpaw, so we'll see what that's about. And you always know when a fighter from Liverpool is making their entrance, because the noise, no matter where it is, always goes up, and that is exactly the case with Lewis Mullineux from, of course, Liverpool. 3 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. He's been boxing for about 18, 19 years before he turned over as a professional, and he sparred a lot of the top fighters, the likes of Sam Maxwell, who I'm sure you'll be familiar with, Raven, and some of those really good amateurs, standout amateurs, and he raves about it.
Our next bout this evening is 4 preliminary rounds in the welterweight division. Firstly, fighting out on the red corner with 2 losses to his name, weighing in 10 stone 5 pounds. And tonight he wears the white shorts. Please welcome from Dublin, Ireland, Jacob Mara. And across the ring in the blue corner, unbeaten with 3 wins from 3, weighing in 10 stone 7 pounds. And tonight he wears the white and blue shorts. Please welcome from Liverpool, Lewis the Future Mullineux. Mr. McAvoy of London, now giving his final instructions to both boxers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 3-minute rounds.
Well, here we go, bout 2 of the evening. Lewis Mullineux in the white and blue, Jacob Mara from Dublin in all white. Mullineux straight on that jab, nice and sharp too. Mullineux just trying to gauge that distance, Raven, which looks like he's pretty much sussed out already, hasn't he?
That's it, sort of feeling it out. Fairly cagey, but not, if that makes sense. Definitely getting that distance there. I'm liking the little twitches, little feints, little foot feints. And you can see it's getting Mara really reacting.
Mullineux nice and relaxed as he just... Very technically sound. That was a good lead hook there. He just went downstairs, and it was almost like those 2 to the body were feints, because he come up with a sharp left hook to the temple, which landed. And Jacob Mara of Dublin knew all about that one.
That's it. You see there, kind of came in to hold. I think he definitely felt that hook.
Especially in the place which it landed. It's one of those ones which you see fighters' legs go wobbly when they get caught of it. And there it goes again. That 1-2 lead hook. It seems to be the combination which is working well for the man from Liverpool. And Mullineux just controlling the pace of this fight now, isn't he?
That's it. You can really feel he's trying to, disrupt his rhythm, disrupt Mara's rhythm. He doesn't know when he's actually going to be throwing that jab or if he's going to feint that jab, And I like that. And then you see once he lands, that's when he's going to start picking it up.
Yeah, you're bang on there. Bingo on that one.
There's no rushing. He's been stalking very well, just looking, waiting for that opportunity, waiting for that opening.
Mullineux really controlling every moment of this opening round. he's kind of deciding when the shots are going to be thrown, and that's on both sides of it, because when Mara comes back with it, he just parries it, stops the attack, and then throws a couple of his own.
So I feel like
that was a nice jab as well. It snapped the head back of Mara.
And so Mara seems to have recovered from that hook now. He's sort of throwing a lot more than he was earlier.
Be interested to see how if he gets the opportunity, if Mullineux allows him to kind of settle in for a moment. But although he has grown in confidence, it isn't by a lot, is it?
No, and Mullineux really, you can see that focus, see that set. He's working the ring quite nicely. He's working the feinting the jab, then jabbing, stamping the feet, then jabbing, and you can see he's trying to get that backhand off, which hasn't quite landed flush yet, but that left hook is working really nicely. I think Mara's hand's just slightly down for that.
It has, and there's that shot there. Landed perfectly, didn't it? It was textbook.
That right hand dropping, and that left hook's open there for Mullineux, and I feel like that follow-up, the left hook followed by that right, could be a good night shot for him further in the rounds.
We might see it, and whether that's the same one from a different angle or not, I'm not sure, but he's definitely landed a couple of really good left hooks to the face of Jacob Mara of Dublin, and like you say, it could be the good night shot. That is how these things work, isn't it? You build on it throughout the early rounds, even though we've only got 4 rounds.
Round 2.
Got to say though, Mara definitely recovered through that and grew a bit in confidence. He can't let Mullineux, get in his rhythm. He's got to try and disrupt him now, but we'll see if he can do that.
That straight right hand to the body, which Mullineux threw on numerous occasions in the first round, missed there, and I just wonder if Mara's just starting to suss that shot out, and he's obviously aware of it, isn't he?
Definitely.
And he can maybe work that to his own ability.
You can see he's a lot more in and out, taking the sting off those straight shots from Mullineux, and kind of taking him just out of range by that little step back.
Well, there he goes again. He lands it this time, as Mara just finds himself constantly on the back foot, trying to find some form of space, which Mullineux's not giving him the opportunity to do so, as he corners him again. A well-disciplined performance so far, I'd say, for Louis Mullineux. Doing a bit of everything right.
That's it. It's nice to see that patience, not rushing. Nice left hook uppercut there. The uppercut landed.
A double jab got through the middle of the guard of Mara. Just another reminder for Mara that Mullineux is there and in front of him at all times.
A nice jab there from Mullineux. Is really controlling the fight, I feel, his jab.
It was a good job for Mara. Neither of those hooks landed, because he threw them with some conviction.
I was going to say, he's doing a much better job this round of avoiding that left hook.
Great straight puncher is Mullineux. He's got that to a T. Excellent with those feints as well, isn't he?
Yeah, the feints are really offsetting. You can see Mara's just not quite sure. Every time he stamps his foot, just there, you see that reaction straight away.
It looks like a very difficult fighter to read, as the two coming a little bit closer, and Mullineux just throws that jab and then followed by a delayed right hand. Both of those shots got through by the looks of it.
It'll be interesting to see Mullineux when he does put his foot on the gas a little bit and starts
really letting his hands go.
Yeah.
But another well-disciplined and solid round for Louis Mullineux, who looks extremely focused and excited to move himself to 4-0. But we can see a bit of the action back here There was that straight right hand to the body, and another couple of body shots. One of them got through, one of them didn't. But I've got to admire those straight shots and those feints, because he does them ever so well.
Yeah, you can see there it's almost sort of slightly feinting that you're going to hit up top and then bringing that straight right down to the body. Nice little uppercut in there as well. Yeah, really nice disciplined performance from Lewis Mullineux. I wonder if over the next 2 rounds he's going to up those gears and really put that pressure on, because I feel like if he applies that pressure, he could potentially stop this fight early.
I think he would. He'd love a bit of that as we go into the penultimate round. This one scheduled for 4. Both fighters straight on the front foot, trying to take hold of the centre of the ring. As Mullineux just nice and relaxed, that guard nice and tight. Those feints still going. Oh, that was a decent left hook, which was the feint of the right hand came before that, and it tricked Mara immediately.
Nice stiff jab, then double jab backhand there, really pushing his opponent back. Mullineux's got Jacob Mara there near the ropes, but he's just tied him up. You see that with Mara when he's in trouble, he's very good at tying up his opponent.
He is. He's putting on a good display of he's by no means a one-trick pony, but he caught Mara with a right hook on the nose there, and the blood has started to flow a little bit more.
Hope it doesn't get on that suit.
Oh, this is a brand new nice grey suit from Marks and Spencer's, for anybody wondering. It's not just a grey suit, it's a bloody Marks and Spencer's suit.
Lovely stiff jab getting through there. You can see he's trying to get that straight backhand landing now, and it's nearly there, those feinting and everything, but Mara's just been very good at smothering it before it lands and getting in close and being able to hold.
I feel that Mara is starting to tire a bit here and looks a bit like he wouldn't mind hearing that final bell at some point, but he's still got 1 minute and 15 seconds of this round and 3 minutes of the next.
Nice control there from Mullineux, just using that jab, keeping his opponent at bay.
And you can tell that Mara is potentially starting to feel it a little bit, because he's holding on a bit more than he did in the 2 previous rounds. And Mullineux just wants to get to business. He wants to show the fans here in York Hall and the referee that he is the man.
Yeah, that bounce in Mara's legs has just slid quite a bit now in this last half of the round.
Yeah, the fluency in the footwork has gone, and Molyneux's starting to read that, but he gets tied up yet again by the man from Dublin. As Mara finds himself once again on the back foot, and that was a strong jab which got through and followed with a swing and a miss from Lewis Mullineux as we go into the last 10 seconds of this 3rd round. Yeah, Molyneux's starting to get a little bit frustrated with all the holding there, isn't he? Is that one of those things that you've just got to try and relax, keep your cool, and just don't let your head go?
Yeah, that's it. And when you get tangled up, try and work your way out, try and move
show the referee that you're working.
Yeah, show the referee that you're working, and you never know, you might then create that gap, that space to throw your shot, to land it, which I feel like Mullineux is trying to do. But Mara's definitely doing a good job in smothering that and holding when he's in trouble, making it difficult for
he does. And you know
Lewis.
what? For a man with two fights, he looks like he knows a few tricks, doesn't he? Because some of them you've seen they've had 100 fights. All right, there might be 98 losses on there, but they know every trick in the book.
Yeah, they know how to get around and make it through the fight, so they can then fight the next couple of weeks.
10 seconds.
The 4th and final round coming up.
4th and final round.
Molyneux is a man on a mission. The referee had to just get involved ever so slightly there. He gives me the sense that he may want to get the job done early.
That's it. You get that sense of a bit more you know, pressure at the start of this round from Mullineux, and I think he feels like he could get the job done early. You can see that in him right now, that stalking, that front foot, that pressing.
I think that comes back to what you said earlier on. I think it was the first round. You said, I'd like to see what would happen if Molyneux really started to put his foot on the pedal and let some gas go and like just up the tempo.
That's it, because I feel like, you know, he did that work in the first round, setting up with all those lovely feints and stuff, and now it's where it's like, right, okay, put that into practice. You've set those traps, now really make the most of them.
Again, Mara just ties him up. Referee has to get involved. And Molyneux, eyes on the prize, we can tell you that much. He hasn't taken his eyes off him a moment, and he caught him on the left-hand side of his face, and the sweat bounced off his head and glimmered in the brightness of the lights here at York Hall in Bethnal Green.
Yeah, it's lovely choppy right there from Mullineux, and Mara took it, no problem, and then held and prevented that extra work coming back from it.
And Mara just constantly on that back foot now, feeling the pressure. He's getting quite badly roughed up, isn't he, really? He's being chucked about in there, and it's clear that Molyneux is the stronger fighter. And he's getting caught ever so often.
Yeah, you see that tiredness coming in now. Hands are dropping, feet are going slower.
Oh, decent left hook to the body as well.
Yeah, lovely left hook there.
And I tell you what, I think if this had another round attached to it, I don't know if Mara would survive it, because I think he probably will get through the last 45 seconds here. But he is most certainly feeling the pace as Molyneux just marches towards him. Stings to the body with that jab and switches a stance as he corners him once again, which has been quite a theme.
That's it.
He's solid round the body, is Mara. He's been caught under that right elbow with that lead hook over and over again, and he's done extremely well not to go to a knee, and there he gets caught with that left hook again.
Yeah, again, lovely shot there.
And Molyneux really getting the hump with being held, but that was a fourth and final round, and a comfortable win, in my opinion, for Lewis Molyneux. He moves 4-0 and one to keep an eye on.
Definitely, nice comfortable win. Showed nice skills in there, nice skill set, and that patience, that, you know, trusting in his ability, but not switching off of it. You know, he was patient. When those shots were coming, he was moving his head, stepping his feet back, you know, getting out of the way, not getting hit with silly shots.
And it's easy to get hit with silly shots when you're tired, isn't it?
That's it.
And it's about that technique. It doesn't matter what sport it is, really, does it? Like, that's when things start opening up, whether it's football or boxing or whatever that sport is.
Like we said earlier, that complacency, that appreciation of your work, where you don't pay attention to what's happening.
Well, let's get the official decision from our MC, Mark Burtis.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee scores a contest 40 points to 36. The winner is the Liverpool from Liverpool.
Right on the face of Lewis Molyneux, who gets his fourth victory. The O remains on his records in both sets. And I mentioned Sam Maxwell earlier on. Here we go, let's test your memory, Raven. Do you remember the World Boxing Series where you might have even been in it?
No, they didn't have it for the women. It was just the men that they did the World Boxing Series with. Do
you remember who Sam Maxwell fought in this very York Hall?
No, I don't.
Vasily Lomachenko.
Oh, okay.
And you know, I'm so jealous watching back the footage, because I never got the opportunity to go. And I remember a really good boxing friend of mine, Givo, said, oh, we've got to go to this at York Hall. There's going to be like loads of future superstars. And I was like, I don't know if I really fancy it. Alexander Usyk boxed Joe Joyce here.
Yes.
Sam Maxwell obviously versus Vasily Lomachenko, and loads of really good fighters. We might even.
Are you kicking yourself now?
I am kicking myself. Absolutely kicking.